the seventh of the 9 amendments. Amendment 6H is from Dennis Zine, seconded by Greg Smith and Bill Rosendahl. And they are proposing a little more specifics to these oversight committees. They specify that the city's oversight committee be formed of representatives from the chief legislative analyst, a representative from the city administrative officer, a representative from the Department of Water and Power, the chairman of the Energy and Environment Committee, and a representative from the mayor of the city of Los Angeles. Well, if that isn't the fox watching the chicken coop, I don't know what is. They then say that this Citizens Oversight Committee, which is what they just defined, and those don't sound like citizens to me, not your average run-of-the-mill citizens, but that there be 15 more members of this put onto this committee, one recommended by each city council member. There are 15 city council members. That adds up to a total of 20 people on this committee, all of them appointed directly by the city or by a city agency or representing a city agency or a city council member or the Department of Water and Power. Now, the only truly independent oversight committee is the oversight committee that is composed of those representatives that have signed the Memorandum of Understanding. And all of this is, well, I'm going to use a technical word, is persiflage. It's a bunch of stuff thrown up in front of you so that it looks like the city is really taking over, but there would be no independent review if there were not the Memorandum of Understanding Oversight Committee. Now, one of the recommendations of that MOU Oversight Committee was that there should be an independent ratepayers advocate. The Oversight Committee is composed of the volunteers who are members of the neighborhood councils. Some of them are pretty sophisticated in the matter of running businesses, very big businesses, and even in running departments of the city, such as a Department of Water and Power. However, there are none of them who have actually run a department of this size. And one of the objections that we've sometimes put forward is that the Board of Commissioners of the Department of Water and Power doesn't have any real executives on it that are of the quality where they have had past experience in running a $15 billion organization such as the Department of Water and Power. The Department of Water and Power has $15 billion worth of assets, and it also has $4.2 billion worth of income every year. It owns more property, both in the city, in the Owens Valley, and in the states of Nevada and Utah, than encompass the city of Los Angeles. And the city of Los Angeles is 470 square miles, the biggest metropolitan city in the country by far. Well, the Proposition H, then, I think, is an attempt to dilute the Oversight Committee, and I think it shouldn't be done. I'll leave that up to you to get a look at this and take a closer look at it and send your opinion to your city council members. The last of these was something that was put together on the very day of the hearing, on the 25th. And it's a proposal by Mr. Rosendahl and by Greg Smith, and I believe Ms. Gruhl also came into this, in which they are proposing to move the dates of the electrical rate ordinance from May 1st, 2008, July 1st, 2008, and July 1st, 2009, and instead of those dates, they would have these rate increases for electric power start on July 1st, 2008, January 1st, 2009, and July 1st, 2009. Well, what that does is that pushes off the rate increases that we would otherwise see. It may dilute the amounts of the increases a little bit to us as ratepayers, whether they're ratepayers for our homes, for our businesses, or for industry. And it also does one other thing. It gives the it gives the City Council the right to come back and look at the whole proposition next January to see if the Department of Water and Power is performing in the way they want them to. Because if they're not, then they can cancel their rate increases. Now, whether the Department of Water and Power performs adequately or not is a matter of politics. And it's a matter of how well they can convince the City Council, the mayor, and the people of this city that they're doing a good job. The Department of Water and Power is owned by the people.